Mariana Resources is an AIM and Toronto venture-listed exploration company with gold, silver and copper projects in Turkey, South America and the Ivory Coast. It's just announced that it's beginning a drill program on a second asset in Turkey following the success it's already had there at its Hot Maden gold project. Glen Parsons is Chief Executive. He joins us now with some more. Glen, welcome.
Thanks, Julian.
Let's go first of all with the news just out that you've started a drill program on this second asset in Turkey. What's going on?
Yes, I mean, Jeremy, you know, Mariana has always been a diversified explorer with a portfolio of assets. And we've obviously got the assets at various stages of development in our portfolio. Obviously, Hot Maden taking most of the attention, deservedly so. But Agama sits in the western side of Turkey, in the bigger peninsula, which is really a porphyry copper gold type mineralization style. And it's now 100% owned by Mariana, and we've embarked on a drill program. We've had an anomaly there which deserves to be tested, and this might add some weight to our Turkey portfolio.
Is it in any way, shape or form connected geologically to Hot Maden?
No. I mean, Hot Maden sits on the northeastern side of Turkey, close to the Georgian border, whereas on the bigger peninsula, it's really closer to, say, Istanbul, which is about 1,000 kilometers away.
So when will we know more from Agama, when you know about the asset?
Yeah, so we've got a 1,500 metre program in play at the moment. We have started with hole 1, which is actually going straight into the heart of the porphyry. And following that, we have some shallower holes which will be testing some higher grade gold and silver veins. And we expect those results probably to be coming in around middle of January onwards. Drilling will probably go from now until early Jan.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit more about that asset in respect of the costs and so forth of what you're doing there. But let's go on to the flagship asset, Hot Maden, to work out where we are with it. I think when we last spoke to you, you were looking at production in some time away from here. How's the exploration and the development going?
Sure, and I mean, Hot Maden is moving extremely fast. You know, we only discovered it in February last year. We're sitting now in nearly December 2016, 18 to 20 months away. You know, with effectively a PEA about to come out. From the PEA, and that's Mariana's doing in our own right.
The PEA is a preliminary economic assessment, isn't it?
So that really pulls it together. You know, the economics, what type of processing, what type of mine it's going to be. So that's sort of a first glance at what this project can deliver. And then the actual joint venture, that's with Lydia, our partner. We already started a PFS, which is a preliminary feasibility study, and that will be finished by around the June next year. So, and that then leads into effectively full feasibility, and then obviously going into construction and then production, which we expect late 2019 to 2020.
Yeah, obviously can't emphasise how much of a big asset this is for Mariana, isn't it? But you do actually have other assets as well. I think there's one that's coming on well in the Ivory Coast. Yes,
I mean we acquired the Ivory Coast, it's a subsidiary now of Mariana, but essentially about in October. And we have got a team on the ground. They've been on the ground now, and those are, you know, it's a more a greenstone belt type play, and it's a gold story. Ivory Coast is very hot, very topical. You know, we've got Randgold just announced a joint venture with Newcrest on exploration there as well. So for us, it's a case of, again, drill targeting, which we're busy with, and hopefully by mid next year, we'll be in a position to say, we've got some targets that we'd like to drill test ourselves.
Also tell us about what's happening in Argentina as well, because South America plays a part in your asset portfolio.
Yes, I mean, it was actually the roots of Mariana going back some time, but we've actually got advanced exploration assets there. Las Calandrias has a small resource, 520,000 low-grade ounces with a high-grade component, and that's the key. In Santa Cruz province, it's an epithermal province, gold province, with high-grade gold and silver. So our team has been busy looking for new targets, high-grade targets specifically, and we actually hope to be drilling there probably the second quarter next year.
Let's go back and take a look now at the assets in respect of how you're paying for everything that's going on. You're pre-profit, pre-revenue, and I know that you're working hard to get Hot Maden up, I think, sometime next year, aren't you, as an asset?
Well, Hot Maden, I mean, is moving effectively into feasibility, so yes, it's going to be drawing a lot more cash next year.
So how are you paying for all this? What's the balance sheet looking like?
Well, I mean, we're an extremely well-funded junior explorer. We raised a large amount of money in May this year, $8.5 million. And currently we're still sitting on around $6 million US or £5 million. We have a lot of warrants that have been exercised as well, which are in the money, which will carry on delivering cash. So we're extremely well funded all the way to next year in terms of all our projects, Ivory Coast, South America, as well as our share in Hot Maden. We're a 30% contributor there. We expect to probably pay about $3 million into Turkey next year, into the joint venture. And that'll take it all the way past PFS and effectively start moving into feasibility. So, a very fortunate position, to be in, having so much cash and being able to be active on our assets, really, and trying to be delivering shareholder value.
Yeah, in terms of shareholder value, let's take a look at the share price. There was a consolidation earlier, I know, this year. This is from July, when we've seen a fairly consistent progress up from about 40, 50 pence a share. This is the London listed stock, up to 70 pence where we're standing at the moment. I think this represents about 90 odd pounds worth.
Yeah,
of,
about 94 million
£90
pounds at the moment
of market capitalisation. What do you say to investors about the assets that you've got in your books? What do you know about the assets in terms of their potential value set against where the company is?
Well, at the moment, if we really look at what we were before to where we are now, Mariana is still probably solely valued on our Turkish assets at the moment. Yes, we probably have a small portion of value to our exploration, but it's the real potential is, first of all, unlocking the Turkey. In terms of the project, the PEA will give us a proper understanding of NPV, obviously discounted for a number of factors. But I think the market will be pleasantly surprised in terms of what it can actually deliver, such a high grade copper gold. It's not only a gold asset, we've got copper, which is doing well in terms of, post-Trump at the moment. So in terms of that, I think we'll see a re-rating on the Hot Maden asset, so that's going to be good for Mariana. And then you look at the balance of the portfolio, as you say. Argentina used to drive a serious amount of value within Mariana, and we were solely based on a valuation in Argentina. So that is something that we obviously, or that's a goal of mine, is to extract that value, or to actually be able to take some of that value into the share price. And then Ivory Coast is an extremely exciting asset, which the little bit of work, I think we'll see that deliver as well. One
report recently suggested that Mariana could be a takeover target. Have you been approached?
We haven't been approached as yet, but certainly we have interest. There are. It's an asset. It's a global asset. In terms of the high grade nature of this. It's pretty unique. Not many people have seen discoveries like this in their time. And so certainly it has a serious amount of appeal. We have a 30% stake of something big. So, maybe the 30% factor is a factor for some people, that they don't control the asset. But in Turkey, for us, the key thing operating there is having a good, strong Turkish partner, and Lydia is certainly that for us. So, but to answer your question, yes, we'll always be a takeover target, but and we'll continue to drive value.
How much do you see that as part of the rise we've seen recently in the price of gold? Yes, there's been a little bit of heat taken out of the market recently, but do you see that as an influencing factor? if gold was to start increasing again, do you think you might receive offers?
I think it's always going to be a factor. I think Hot Maden is such as I say, a unique asset that, no matter what the gold price is, in a way, it's always going to be profitable compared to marginal projects, which rely on a high gold price. Our factor or margin of error is so much greater because of the grade factor and being close to surface and a low capex type asset. It's going to require very low capex.
So what's up for 2017?
2017 we think is going to be a good year. Hot Maden is going to advance nicely. We think it's going to continue growing. We've got exploration drilling as well as the development side. We've got a whole new area that's underexplored in Hot Maden, and then all the other assets slowly adding to this portfolio. So we're busy.
Yeah, good. Okay, well, good luck for next year.
Thanks very much.
Thanks indeed for coming in. It's Glen Parsons. He's the chief executive of the company which owns the Hot Maden project in Turkey. That's Mariana Resources.